In today's show, we've got news about more resort opening dates, more updated park hours, Gideon's Cookies fall announcement, headline news, meetups trivia, and a special guest all on today's Disney Parks Podcast.
Welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast with your hosts, Tony Caselnova from DisneyByTheNumbers.com and Parkhopper John from WDWParkhoppers.com. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast at all times. And get ready for the Disney Parks Podcast.
All right, everybody, before we get too far into the show, I want to give a big shout out to our friends over at Destinations of Travel. It doesn't matter what type of vacation you want to go on, let Destinations of Travel be your guide because it's going to save you time, money, and a whole lot of frustration. It doesn't cost you a dime, and they are the top destination travel planners in the industry. Trust me on that. It's better to have them in your hip pocket and not need them as opposed to needing them and not having them. So if you want to reach out to our friends over there at Destinations of Travel, go to DisneyParksPodcast.com/travel and sign up for a little quick form and they will get back to you as soon as possible. That's our good friends at Destinations of Travel. We're very proud to be partnered with them and they're the best people to go to. So happy about that. I'm excited. I'm throwing off my game because tonight I have a special guest.
You do?
I do. So for longtime friends of the podcast, you will know this voice. Part of the reason that I'm thrown off is because, not only is she my best friend, she's my hot wife.
Well, I'm your in-live wife.
That's
I'm
right.
Your in-person, real-life wife.
That's right. I joke around and say that Tony is my online wife. So this is my real flesh and blood wife. This is Parkhopper Sid. Welcome to the show, Parkhopper Sid.
Yay! So glad to be here. Thank you, John. How are you?
I am good. So if you've listened to the show before, you've heard this voice because for a long time, she co-hosted. There were 4 hosts. There were 3 hosts. There were sometimes 2 hosts.
Then I think we went back to 3 hosts and then back to 2 hosts. And there was a lot. Plus, Parkhopper John and I used to have our own podcast.
Yeah, over at WDW Parkhoppers. I should not have swallowed.
No, I am not strangling him, ladies and gentlemen. I would never do that on the air.
Which do you want to tease what we're thinking about, or you want to hold that?
Oh, heavens no!
Okay,
because
all right.
That's like Applebee's on a date night. I mean,
you're fancy like that.
We are just fancy.
So the reason that my lovely wife is here tonight is because Uncle Tony is on his first Disney cruise, and I think he probably got back Thursday. If you're listening, came back Thursday. I have not heard from him. He has
he's coming back Thursday?
Yeah, but normally I think he got the internet package. I'm shocked I haven't seen pictures. I haven't seen anything. I haven't heard any reports. I don't know how he's doing. I hope he's okay.
Did you reach out to him when we were on a cruise?
Heck no.
Alrighty then.
So yeah, that's where he's at. So if you're Patreons, that's why we got a lot of some of the shows we've been holding back on. We released some of those, and then you got a very special Disney Plus. I got to do one of the shows I've always wanted to do, and it was kind of a deep dive into the Marvel world on Disney Plus.
Oh, my Lord.
I got to nerd out.
Y'all want to see my husband geek out.
Oh, geez. Yeah, it was awesome. So,
that, and then you start talking about Bigfoot.
Oh, my God. Well, I always do a Bigfoot podcast.
Only if you see Bigfoot wearing Mickey ears.
That's true. So that's why Parkhopper Sid is here.
Take a swig of that.
I know. It's
water, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So that's why Tony's out. He's not here. He'll be back this coming the week. If you're going to watch live, hear all about it. Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Facebook.com/Disney Parks Podcast. And did we do anything Disney this weekend? That's usually what this time is for.
Did we do anything Disney this weekend? I don't
think we did.
I don't think we did. Well, actually, we did. This past weekend, we attended a lovely neighborhood Nightmare Before Christmas themed Halloween party that our dear friend Cindy put on. And her Halloween parties are always like her decorations, the food, everything is just always over the top. It was fantastic. And Cindy has some stuff coming up that she is just going to be completely out of pocket. So she's not really going to be able to decorate for Christmas. And she was trying to figure out how to make that work. So a little brainstorming. I think she had one of those like midnight epiphanies. So the garage was all Nightmare Before Christmas. It was all Halloween. There were fire pits. There were more decorations than we knew what to do with.
Right.
And then you walked into her house and it was Christmas Town.
Playing Christmas music, Christmas desserts, Christmas smells. It was...
the Christmas tree is up and lit. It's the whole 9 yards. It was so fantastic. So
it was great.
I think she actually put the Disney Halloween party to shame this year. Because it was pretty good.
Yeah, I was very proud of her. She did a great job. So yeah, I guess that's what we did. We had a busy weekend this weekend. This was not one of those weekends where let's go down to Disney Springs and hang out with friends. I mean, it was really...
Well, we had a 2-hour meeting on Saturday that lasted like 6 hours.
Yeah.
And then party. And then we ran some errands on Sunday. And then...
Football.
And then we had friends over and we watched football and, you know, said a little prayer for the Cleveland Browns.
God help them.
And then we did something Sunday night. Now I can't remember what it was.
We went over to our friend's house and hung out.
Oh, yes, that's right. I'm sorry. It's going to be that kind of night.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right. So I'm sorry. Okay, I need to start channeling my inner Italian.
That's right.
Prosciutto.
Hey, prosciutto.
Mozzarella.
We did do a nice charcuterie board with some prosciutto on top of a skull.
Oh, yeah. Well, it wasn't a charcuterie board. It was a charcuterie skull.
Oh, that's true.
Yes, it was a meat skull.
Well, that's what we did. What did you guys do?
Ever looking for meat or for flesh replacement for a nice Halloween decoration? Prosciutto.
Prosciutto.
See, Tony, you missed.
I hope Tony's ears are burning. Anyway, that's what we did. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you guys did. Is there anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Well, I guess there's nothing else we can do but get into the news.
And now, Disney Parks Podcast News.
Well, we've got some reopening dates happening for club level at Disney's Polynesian Village, Yacht Club, and Beach Club resorts. Very exciting because in addition to Wilderness Lodge and Coronado Springs Resort, we now know the opening dates for club level at Yacht Club, Beach Club, and Polynesian Village. So if you're interested, the Wilderness Lodge is going to be opening up club level on December 16th. At the Coronado Springs Resort, they're opening December 16th as well. Yacht Club is opening on January 20th of 2022. Beach Club is opening on January 27th of 2022. And then finally, Disney's Polynesian Village, bless them all, is opening February 3rd of 2022. So you can get your club level reservations in. You can go on your little Valentine's Day excursion at the Polynesian Village. Now, each club level lounge will follow physical distancing measures, and indoor coverings are a requirement. Lounges will continue to provide a personalized experience for guests, including exclusive food and beverage options. I wish I could speak tonight. Throughout the day, and special Disney touches for all ages. Have you been to a club level?
We met one of our very good friends on club level.
Oh, yeah, that's right. At Coronado Springs.
Yes, a couple of our friends took us to a club level. And on the way there, because I'm a very shy person.
Totally shy.
I went completely out of my element and started talking to a stranger.
Like a church mouse, she is.
Yes, absolutely. I'm so meek. I'm so
demure.
So mild.
That's right.
Shh. Okay. And made friends with this lovely lady in the elevator over gin and tonics, and then we ran into her later on the in the club level lounge where all of her friends had abandoned her on her birthday. So we adopted her into our group, and then we picked up a couple of extra people some other friends that were there. So our group started as 4, and then it became 5, 6, and then 7, and I think there was an 8 and 9 or somewhere in there.
Yeah, we picked up some more people.
Yeah, and then we got at midnight, we were in a lobby bar at that same hotel, and we got the whole lobby bar 2 levels to sing her happy birthday.
Yeah, it's pretty momentous.
Yes.
And she hates that kind of thing, so I loved every second of it. But
she loves the memory now.
Just to be clear, we are not swingers. We just don't pick up random people in hotels.
Sometimes it's on a race course.
Yeah. Sometimes it's in a hotel. Sometimes it's on a race course. Sometimes it's even on a Disney bus.
That is true.
Yeah. Pulled that memory from out of nowhere. All right.
All right. So, update for Epcot. Now opening 1 hour earlier, November 8th through the 20th.
1 whole hour. Woo. Okay.
All right. He's excited, I guess.
Not really.
So, all right. There's going to be a lot of numbers in here. I promise to give a recap. According to the Walt Disney World calendar, Epcot will now be opening at 10 a.m. from November 8th through November 20th. Epcot was already scheduled to open at 10 a.m. for the rest of the week. It was then scheduled to open at 11 a.m. for the rest of November, but it will only open at 11 a.m. on November 7th before switching back to 10 a.m. It's scheduled to close at 10 p.m. every day this month. So get up to November 7th, and after November 7th, opens at 10 a.m., closes at 10 p.m. There's my recap. So, and then it does say that we are currently scheduled to open at 11 a.m. from November 21st through the end of the year, but nobody knows. Changes are coming. Holidays are coming. Hours may be extended, so please stay tuned for more updates.
That's interesting. I'm glad they're starting to open it up, but the problem with Epcot is it's still half under construction. You know.
Well, and we haven't been able to bring back, all of the foreign exchange students and people from other countries that are working the different lands.
Right.
So a good chunk have come back, but I know, personally, even with my business, I know we're still having trouble getting some people and some things out of some countries.
I know.
Is that vague enough?
Yeah, it's pretty vague, but I know exactly what you're talking about. But the good news is that at least Space 220 is open.
Yes.
So
well,
they have that going for them.
I'm allowed to be vague. I don't work for Disney, so it's not really news to anybody listening. They don't care.
That's true. Hey, do you know who Jordan Fisher is?
I have heard the name.
He's one of those Disney stars. He's been in a bunch of like Disney movies and Disney TV shows.
Yeah, I'm old, so
yeah, I don't know who he is. But I've reached that age finally.
But I do know the last 4 words of this headline mean the world to me.
Yeah, so we talked about last week the new Disney Cruise Line float that's coming along and it's going to be in the Thanksgiving Day parade. Excuse me, Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade.
Thank you.
Nomenclature. And that's very exciting. We talked about it. And I think I even asked the question, I wonder who's going to be performing and singing on the boat. Because they're going to have, Captain Minnie, and they're going to have Mickey there, and they're going to have all the princesses and some of the people that are on the Disney Cruise Line ships. Probably be some Marvel and some Star Wars people there as well. But I was really wondering who's going to be the performer. Who are they going to have on the ship? And now we know. It's Jordan Fisher. We talked about Disney Cruise Line is going to have that ship-shaped Magic Meets the Sea float inspired by the Disney Wish. Say that 10 times fast.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, in this year's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, Disney Channel and Broadway star Jordan Fisher will be performing a new Disney Cruise Line original song called, you ready? You ready? Together We Set Sail. Because everything has to now be together and including everyone.
Okay.
Even the dogs that are on the floor.
Okay.
So Captain Minnie Mouse and other Disney characters will also appear on the float, including, but not limited to, Aladdin, Jasmine, Tiana, Anna, and Elsa. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day.
How come Tiana has to represent herself? Like, Aladdin and Jasmine have each other, and Anna and Elsa have each other. Somebody find that woman a frog.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like there's not a prince in that movie, too. I mean, come on, kids.
Well, the frog was more fun.
That's true. Give me the trumpet playing alligator.
Yes.
The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade will be on NBC TV, which makes no sense. It should be on ABC, but, it's just me being me.
Okay, it's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, not Disney's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Whatever. And that's going to be on November 25th, which is Thanksgiving, for those of you who aren't hip.
The Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yeah, and that's going to be airing from 9 a.m. until noon in all time zones. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go.
All right, so I have to ask people, Do you watch the Thanksgiving Day Parade? Do you enjoy it? I mean, we watch it. We watch it because our household watched it. It was part of the Thanksgiving Day tradition. If you weren't up by then, you got up for that, watched it. I do feel like it's become kind of one long 3-hour commercial.
Oh, yeah.
There was one year I got frustrated and stopped watching it, but I wouldn't let you turn it off because it had to be in the background.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. I think in our house, watching it is a very loose term because you're usually cooking
everything.
Yeah, and I'm usually just drinking coffee and trying to wake up because it's a holiday.
And at some point, I'm making you like clean bathrooms or set tables or something.
Not this year, pal. Oh no. No, we farmed that out.
I do have to say, Ed, whatever your thoughts are on, everybody can do everything. I do appreciate that it's now Captain Minnie Mouse, because growing up, we actually did a lot of sailing in our family, and my stepmom was the captain. Dad was not the captain, which was very unusual even back then, but she was amazing.
Yeah.
And so.
Oh, you'd be a captain. If we owned a ship, you'd be the captain.
Oh, I know. And you'd be the scullery maid.
Well, I don't know what that means, but okay. That's funny.
All right. We have more exciting news.
This is the one story that I found just for you.
Aw. And you gave it to me because you can't pronounce half the words in this.
That is not true.
Okay.
I could turn the speed up on the story to 11, and I could probably read through the story if you want to.
All right. Here's the update. Disney Springs Gideon's announces the November cookie. Yee! All right. Gideon's, located in the town center portion of Disney Springs at Walt Disney World Resort, is a Disney foodie favorite.
Preach.
The cookies, cakes, and cold brew being served out of Gideon's are hard to describe, but will have your taste buds craving more and more of the goodness. With a lengthy, like 4 hours long sometimes, virtual line, it's no secret that the treats coming out of Gideon's are top-notch.
Yeah.
Each month, Gideon's reveals a new cookie, and November did not disappoint. So, as shared by Gideon's Bakehouse on social media, Dia de Muertos throughout November, let us celebrate the Day of the Dead with a chocolate churro cookie, aka the Calavera cookie. The deeply rich mega chocolate cookie is filled with cinnamon sugar.
Say it right.
I have no idea what I said wrong.
The deeply rich mega chocolate
cookie is filled with cinnamon sugar and a tiny pinch of ancho and cayenne to give you that smoky warm finish on the cooler days.
Nice.
Each cookie has a layer of dulce de leche in the middle and is topped off with a mix of chocolates, including our favorite Mexican stone ground chocolate, sugar, spice, and everything Day of the Dead all month. This will be available at both locations, so Disney Springs and not Disney Springs. Limit 2 per person.
Yeah, and I probably should have included it. There's also a new cake as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Our kids are in the room, so forgive.
You heard a little weird shaking. That would be like dog collars.
Yeah, so this is a big deal. I mean, the funny thing is if you look at the wait times for some attractions, they're not as long as the wait lines for cookies. I mean, I know the team over at Gideon's, and I am so excited for those guys, but that line is cray.
Okay, but as it said, it's a virtual queue. You go, you check in, you find out when you're supposed to come back, and then you go have lunch, you do a little shopping, maybe you go have a cocktail at the boathouse. You spend your time.
Yeah.
And then you get to come back and you get to buy cookies and cold brew. And I think they have cake pops and they have cake.
Yes.
And you can walk out of there with 20 pounds easy, because if you did not know, these cookies are huge. We will normally cut them in 6 or 8 pieces.
Yep.
And each piece is a serving.
Yep.
The cake is probably 4 servings.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's totally incredible. All right. So we do the best thing that you could do. I'm sorry. Just having your wife on the show with you can sometimes be great.
Well, she's also in the room next to you.
That's true. Which is, I keep wanting to look at her, but I have to remember I have to look forward for the microphone. But if you'd like to support this crazy show, no. If you'd like to support this crazy show, please go out to patreon.com/Disney Parks Podcast. We have up to 3 shows that we do each week that you can only hear on Patreon, just for our Patreon family. We actually also do a live show normally Monday nights at 7 p.m. right before we do the live show for everybody. But we want to definitely thank each and every person who supports the show, because you do what you do. That allows us to continue to be live. It pays for hosting. It does a lot of things throughout the year and allows us to do some special things. Like previously we had lunch with Imagineer, and we kind of covered some of that as well. So things like that. That's why we do it. So it's not just me and Tony. It goes to help out the show and lets us do some cool things for you guys. So yeah, if you want to support us, go over to patreon.com/Disney Parks Podcast. You could do the 3 shows. There's even a level where you can get the Disney by the Numbers t-shirts included. You've got all sorts of Disney swag at every level. And if you wanted to pay for the year in advance, Patreon will actually do that and let you save 10% on top of that. So thank you guys so much for supporting us. If you want to go over to patreon.com/Disney Parks Podcast, we would certainly appreciate it. The other thing is we had a little bit of a date change. So I want to make sure that you know that our Christmas crawl, the monorail adventure that goes and checks out all the Christmas decorations at the Contemporary, the Polynesian, and the Grand Floridian, has moved from Saturday to Friday. So it's on December 10th, and that's going to be starting at 6 p.m. Now, if you can't be there at 6, we will be posting where we're at along the way. So let's say you can't make it until 7 o'clock. We'll probably still be at the Contemporary, but we're probably going to be heading over to the Polynesian, so you can meet us there. It starts at 6 in the Outer Rim. So we're going to get together at the Outer Rim, order some cocktails if we want to, and then we're going to walk. We're going to see the cool decorations. And I don't know if I don't want to.
May I?
Yeah.
So if you've ever heard of something called a bar crawl, similar idea, using the monorail.
Yeah.
We start in one resort. We look at the decorations. We'll probably wander through the gift shops. We definitely will get a cocktail.
Yeah.
We'll catch up. We'll make new friends. There will be some group pictures taken. And then we move on to the next resort.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think you actually have noted one of my favorite reasons for doing the monorail crawl as part of the Christmas crawl down below.
Yeah, teaser. We're going to talk about something.
Everything's covered in gingerbread.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We've got some story that we're going to share with you guys, but come join us December 10th, 6 o'clock, the Outer Rim at the Contemporary Resort. And the next up, last thing is trivia. You know we do trivia here, right?
Sure.
Okay, so the question we had last week was, how many breadsticks were on the table during the iconic scene from Lady and the Tramp? Do you know how many?
I do, because it annoys me.
How many?
3.
Why does it annoy you?
Because you have 2 people at the table and 3 breadsticks.
That's true. That is true.
Now, the only reason this works on a date night is you get to see how the other person responds. You know, do they offer it to you? Nice, but you shouldn't take it.
True.
Or do they say, hey, would you like to share this last breadstick?
Yes.
That is a good sign.
It's a good sign.
It's like a date test.
It's a good date test. Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know who the...
You passed that date test, by the way.
Thank you. I don't know who the winner was, because Tony's on a cruise. But he will go through and he will find the winner, and the special prize is going to be in the mail. So that's last week's trivia. Mm-hmm. This week's trivia is Mike and Sully from Monsters University joined a fraternity. What was the name of that fraternity? If you think you know, send that in an email to DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com.
Wait. I know this one.
Okay.
It's Delta, Delta, Delta. Can I help you? Oh, wait. Is that the wrong movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
It's close, so I mean, really close.
No, it's not.
It's not close.
It's not close at all. No. There might be words that aren't real words or not English words.
Maybe
or
a few.
Not. Yeah. Okay. So, do I get to move on to the news?
Please move on to the news.
Meet and greets and live entertainment are coming for the 50th anniversary. So, we've already had some special entertainment. We've had some guest stars, some guest characters coming out starting in November at the Magic Kingdom Park and at Disney's Hollywood Studios. No characters coming back to Animal Kingdom yet. You will be able to get up close and personal with some of the most popular Disney characters once more. Well, not quite as close as you could before COVID, but we're getting there. So
it's a beginning.
It is a beginning. So there is a Mickey Mouse meet and greet, and they will be in their iridescent attire. It's spelled that way, EAR, iridescent.
Yeah.
At the Town Square Theater on Main Street, USA. And the Disney princesses will be doing a meet and greet at the Princess Fairy Tale Hall.
So I guess it's, you're not waving from afar. I guess you're just waving from a close.
You're waving from a close.
All right.
So
All right.
I actually met a friend of one of the characters, the fairy godmother. I met a friend of the fairy godmother, and
you met her friend?
Yes, she said that her friend was actually coming back to Magic Kingdom also.
Hey!
So I'm very excited to go meet the fairy godmother and tell her that I met her friend.
I met your friend.
I did. So also Disney Hollywood Studios, Minnie Mouse meet and greet at the Red Carpet Dreams, and Disney Junior meet and greet in the Animation Courtyard.
That's cool.
Definitely get out there, get your pictures, and have a great time welcoming these characters back.
What is your opinion of the way they've been handling meet and greets? Not so much for the face characters, because I understand the concept, but what about the characters that aren't face characters?
Well, I think if you're going to do it for one, you have to do it for all. Because you're not supposed to be explaining to a small child why there's a difference between being able to go close to a face character and not close to a face character and then close to the other. I mean, and to a kid, that is Mickey's face. So I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, the difference between meeting Stitch is different than meeting Elsa.
Why?
Because Stitch has fur.
Nobody ever said that fur stopped any germs from getting to you. I mean, if that was the case, then every hairy Italian would be safe.
Hear that, Tony? Talking about you, buddy. Long way for that joke. Holy cow.
I didn't go that far for that joke. I went that far because,
I know what you're saying. I don't know. Didn't they say that surfaces don't hold on to the COVID-19 as bad, or do we? I mean, I guess you could spray each.
You're not going to spray Stitch down.
You can't meet Stitch. Hang on a second. You can hug him now. He's been Scotch guarded.
Okay, but also the characters have friends that stand there with them, and they have to be right there.
That's true. I forgot about that. All right. Well, that's good to know. All right, so we teased this a little bit. Holiday gingerbread houses are returning to Walt Disney World this year, 2021. I saw a video.
I've seen pictures.
They're built and everything. Fans of the beloved life-size gingerbread creations that are displayed at select Walt Disney World resorts throughout the season have got to be ecstatic to learn that they're going to be returning. Well, they've returned by the time this podcast goes out.
They're still in the process of building. Like, they're not open for business today.
Yeah, not yet.
Close.
Not yet. So here's where you find them. Obviously, the first one had to be over at the Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. The stunning life-size storybook gingerbread house with cinnamon clouds puffing from the chimney is beautifully decorated with white chocolate candy canes, edible snowflakes, and sugar poinsettias.
Thank you.
Treats for sale include house-made gingerbread houses and gingerbread ornaments.
Maybe this is the year that I actually eat the gingerbread ornament that I buy from there.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's going to be open from November 10th through January 1st. So a nice long time to be able to get your chance to get over there. Next up, you'll be able to find one at the Disney Beach Club Resort, which is one of my favorite ones. The life-size spinning carousel is a holiday tradition at Disney Beach Club. The Little Mermaid is the theme, with hand-painted holiday characters, handcrafted gingerbread shingles, and a fondant snowflake. That's nice. Snowflakes, excuse me. And don't forget to pop over to the Yacht Club lobby to see the adorable holiday village with the miniature train. That's going to be running from November 1st through January 2nd.
So it's already running.
It's already up and running, y'all. And then at Epcot, you're going to find one in the American Adventure Rotunda. I guess because they're not doing Voices of Liberty stuff because of the holidays. I don't know how that works.
Because they're considered face characters and it wasn't safe.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting that. Daggum. The American Adventure Gingerbread display, the Epcot pastry chefs have created the Lincoln Memorial and Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial in miniature. Edible versions.
Okay, in edible versions, along with the American Adventure Building and an Epcot Festival Holiday Kitchen. That great. Will be available to be for viewing November 26th through December 30th. So that's not going to be ready for until much later in the month.
Right.
But I think when they say miniature, it's not going to be teeny tiny. It's just going to be smaller than life size because, Lincoln Memorial's a little big.
It's big.
It's big. I do have to laugh when they say it's edible. It's an edible version of the American Adventure Building. It's edible snowflakes.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody's going to want to eat them by January 1st when we take them down.
No, I don't think anybody wants to eat a president either. I mean, that's weird. But that's cool. Hey, guys, look, it's slowly coming back. I mean, it's starting to feel a little bit more like Christmas. The Christmas crawl. We'll be able to end at the gingerbread house. That was a big fear for us. We knew we wanted to do the Christmas crawl, but we were like, if they're not going to do the gingerbread house, I mean,
we'd still go.
We would still go because they don't really do a lot over at the Polynesian. But now that we know that it's there, it's just going to make the day end perfectly. It's going to be awesome. So come join us on the Christmas crawl, December 10th, and you'll be able to see one of the 3 gingerbread houses. All right. Hey, guys, how about a little headline news?
And now, the headline news.
Wow, Casey's very excited
for the news.
All right. So real quick, Epcot International Festival of the Arts. We have dates January 14th through February 21st. This is a very short Festival of the Arts this year. Disney guests apparently flashed a cast member while riding Dumbo.
On purpose?
Yeah, on purpose. First of all, if you're going to flash a cast member, why would you pick Dumbo?
Well, and second of all, there are more cameras in Disney than probably anywhere but maybe the White House.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure by the time you got off that ride, they knew your name. They knew what resort you were staying at.
Yeah.
They know the color of your magic band. And you probably ain't coming back that day.
Yeah, probably not.
If ever.
Yeah. A piece of news that I found very exciting. Beignets are back at Disney's Port Orleans French Quarter. They've opened that back up, so that's exciting. We'll be able to go get some beignets if we want. That'd be kind of fun. Maybe we get some beignets for the post-Thanksgiving breakfast with our friends staying over.
So do we get those the day before or the day before that?
Probably the day before that.
And then got to heat them up again?
That's a good call. All
right.
Minnie's Holiday Dine is coming soon to Disney's Hollywood Studios. This is the Hollywood and Vine restaurant. Always has their themed experiences during the different holidays. Minnie's Holiday Dine will definitely have the characters available for photos, but they're not going to be going around the tables in their holiday outfits, which is kind of cool, I think. And then finally, I'm Tony might pull this story to talk about more next week, but this is one that kind of hits a lot of people really hard. The Disney World Railroad is going to be closed for 3 years as the refurbishment has been extended. 3 years. Are they literally pulling up all the old track and laying new track? I know Tron was a problem there for a while, but I mean, it just seems, let's extend it for 3 more years.
Maybe they're going to extend the track further out to be able to allow for more rides inside the I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm spitballing here.
Well, I tell you, we had a story last week that we were talking about. There's going to be some road work where they're going to, stop using a part of the road near the Grand Floridian, and there's some speculation that there might be another resort.
Mm-hmm.
And I threw out the idea. I said, wouldn't it be cool if we had a resort that could open up into a park? And wouldn't it be even cooler if it was a resort that was themed, to where the train would make a stop?
Inside the resort?
I don't think inside the resort because it's a steam engine. I mean, I don't know if that would work.
Well, in 3 years, who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
It may be solar powered in 3 years.
Yeah, that's true.
I am just completely and totally impressed at just like most families I know. Minnie is just kicking it out of the park with everything she's doing these holidays. She's got a new meet and greet. She's going to go be on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And now she's hosting a big old dinner at the Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, she gets around.
More power to her.
Yeah, it's busy.
And she's doing her day job too.
Busy mouse and meeting and greeting from afar.
I said that.
Yeah.
You just got to remind it's from afar, don't you?
Good from her.
He gets sticking points. I'm
sure. Gets stuck in my head. I mean, you guys know. You listen to the show.
Y'all know, but I'm married to him.
All right, guys.
We want
to thank you for listening to the show. Tony will be back next week. Thank you so much to Park Hopper Sid for being here.
Thank you for having me. I love it.
I love having you here. I always loved being on the show when you were on it full time. Maybe we could do that again soon. But
maybe you guys could just have a guest host like once a month.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
I could just join you and we could gang up on Tony.
He needs it.
He don't care.
If you want to join us, come find us live Monday nights at 8 p.m. at facebook.com/Disney Parks Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube and the Instagram at Disney Parks Podcast. Come to our home away from home over at DisneyParksPodcast.com. You can find all of our show archives, blog posts, links to some of our amazing friends like our buddies over at Destinations to Travel. If you're looking for some travel, it doesn't matter if it's Disney or non-Disney, go to DisneyParksPodcast.com/travel. Fill out that little form and someone from the company will get back to you as soon as possible. And then if you want to support the show, you want to support what we do here, keep the show live and on the air, go over to patreon.com/Disney Parks Podcast. And I want to thank you for being here, baby. I love you. You're amazing. Tony, miss you. Can't wait to have you back on the show. And guys, like we always...
Wait, was the love you baby to me or to Tony?
To you.
Okay, just check it.
And like we always say, if we don't see you online, we will see you in
the parks.
The Disney Parks Podcast is not affiliated with the Walt Disney Company. All Disney parks, attractions, lands, shows, event names, etc. are registered trademarks of the Walt Disney Company.